You're going to have their over-unders, which are color-coded, green for high-scoring games and red for low-scoring games, to give you an idea of which games are going to feature plenty of touchdowns and which games won't. Which games will be defensive slugfests that really don't offer a ton of fantasy football points. You're going to see the spread, which again is color-coded in green to show you which teams are favored to win, and red to show you which teams are expected to lose and possibly lose by a lot. So in this case, Packers 49ers, the Packers were 10-point underdogs in that game, which means we can expect the Packers to be trailing in the second half, likely throwing the ball as much as they possibly can in an effort to keep up with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, the 49ers being 10-point home favorites, they're likely to be running the ball plenty in the second half as they try and kill the clock and move on to the next week. It's going to show you each team's implied point total for that week. Again, color-coded in green to show you the highest scoring teams that week, the projected highest scoring teams. And it's going to show you the red, which is the projected low scoring teams of that week. So in other words, if the 49ers are expected to score over 30 points in that week, you know there's going to be fantasy football points galore. You typically want to get the 49ers into your lineup. Whereas if the Texans are expected to score just 17 points in their game, that might be a week where you consider keeping some of your Texans on the bench. Last but not least, underneath the quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and tight end columns, you're going to see a color-coded number that reflects that team's defense and how they perform against that position. So for example, next to the Ravens, underneath quarterback, you're going to see the number 30, which means they are holding enemy quarterbacks to the third fewest fantasy points per game. Quarterbacks are scoring the 30th most fantasy points per game against the Ravens. Meanwhile, the Texans, if you look under the tight end column, you'll see a number 3 for them in this example, meaning the Texans are allowing the third most PPR points per game to opposing tight ends. It's a quick and easy cheat sheet. It's a quick and easy reference guide to help you understand which defenses are strong or weak against which positions.